Yo, I need to make a new countdown for that. I'm using the generic one.
You know what I gotta do? I gotta make like what's the countdown time? 20 seconds or 30 seconds?
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Dude, I could make a nice cool dude, I could do it really cheaply too. I could just go download a bunch of samples that are a bunch of sounds, mash them all together, and I'll make a 30-second countdown for this and for
the other podcast, the one that we used last time. I made that in like 2 minutes.
Are they videos?
The logo. No, I used the clip that you provided me, the one that you made, and then I just took the logo and then did some After Effects on the logo, and that's it.
And it's a movie file?
No, now it's an MP4. MP4.
MP4.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, we got people in here. Yeah, you're right. People I guess still want to hear us.
Logan's like, no one's waiting. I'm like, people come and hang out.
They'll come in, hopefully. But then again, I did not announce this at all. So if you guys are watching, thank you, because we did not announce this. We literally just decided to do this a little while ago, a couple hours ago.
Yeah, why not?
So there's nothing better to do. So we might as well just BS. We were going to talk about video games anyway. So
Cody wants to get hit by.
Hey, Cody, I'm just going to. Yeah, he's one of my regulars, great one, and he had some insightful stuff to say on my Tim Pool video. But yeah,
talk about Five Below gaming accessories.
But there isn't any. That's my problem. I had to pull up because I was doing a lot of Five Below gaming stuff, and they were doing very well. Those videos were doing very well, and then Five Below went, "Hey, we're not going to sell anymore. We're just going to keep selling the same junk over and over." And then the section in Five Below is like totally empty, so I had to make a video on them not selling any more gaming stuff just to keep it going because people watch, and nobody watched that one. So
I'm surprised with some of the stuff that you find at Five Below.
Well, found.
Found. I was I was really hoping the Mario Kart controller that you reviewed. I love the way that thing looks, and I was like, I even went online. I was looking. I was like, is there a skin or something that I could put over my Pro controller to get it to look like that? But
Remy, I just saw that. No, I have not gotten PS2 cold step yet. Sorry, I'm paying attention to the chat on one screen and listen. So, no, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna get cold stepped on PS2. But like I said, there's not too many games I'm buying for PS2 these days because I sold off a lot of it. But that's still one I'm looking for. So when I get that Polymega in, I'm going to be selling off a lot of Sega stuff because I have that Polymega that's going to, you know what the Polymega is, right? Right, Nick? I thought I told you about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I never heard of this cold step game.
Yeah, it's a card-based game. So, and I love card-based games. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun. I said, the digital one, Hearthstone, I was pretty into it until I reached a point in that game where it's like, oh, you want to get a better deck, you're gonna have to spend like $100, dude.
See,
that
is the card game I play. Elder Scrolls Legends. Yeah, that is broken on so many levels, but it's
I was earlier today. I was on eBay looking up prices.
All I've got left.
That's apple juice, right? Apple juice.
No, we'll call it cherry juice.
Yeah, cherry juice. I was on eBay looking at I was going to send this to you. How much, I was thinking, okay, because the eShop is officially, right? Didn't they extend it for a little while? But now the eShop, Nintendo's eShop is absolute, right? It's not live anymore.
For the
3DS and the Wii.
Technically it is, because you could still download games if you have the game cards until no, never mind. I think that went away today or yesterday. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's all kaput.
So I'm thinking, okay, are 3DS games going up in price? Will they go up in price now, right? Not so much, but
no, they have. I did that video. Did you watch it?
I might have had a tab open, and I think that video I had a tab up and I was watching something else and I didn't go back to the tab. So
The reason is that video kind of blew up, and then when you posted your video, when you sent me that video, I was like, man, that battery. And I'm like, the 3DS is such a great system.
so amazing.
You know,
So good.
you know who's been making a lot of 3DS content lately? Scott the Woz. And
Got
it
the
kind
was.
of, yeah, I spent all night watching 3DS videos from Scott the Woz. And I was like, yeah. Do you watch Scott the Woz?
No.
Okay, he's great.
I'll have to check him out. But I was looking at how
Yeah,
much Metal
yeah.
Gear Solid 3 was.
Cody makes a point. Yes, you can still re-download your games.
Only
So if you have games,
Okay.
you can re-download them. That's going to be for at least another year or two. That's going to be for a while, they said. So,
Well, at least they have that.
excuse me.
But
Yeah, and same thing with the Wii U.
you know
Another
what
thing is, I just found out on the Wii U, you can still update games via the network. I popped in. I didn't even know I had Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. Had no clue, but I put it in. Yeah, after you said that, I looked. I was like, "Wait, I have this." I put it in, and it's doing an update as we speak. It only took 20 minutes to update,
Dude,
so I just
my Wii U,
I'm stuck on the Switch version. I did something stupid. Now I'm
my Wii U's mint. The box is like I
Yeah.
just got it from Toys R Us, and I have it
So-
hanging up over here. I got to plug it in though.
Yeah, mine's in my game room too. Mine was It's funny because I bought it on launch, later traded it in because I never played it and then regretted it. So I bought another one that had Smash Bros and Splatoon pre-installed.
Oh, nice.
So-
Okay.
So
One
I
of
have
those.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the Wii U at the tail end of its life. Maybe it had like 2 more years left, and I was obsessed with Mario.
That's like
Kart.
halfway through.
Yeah. Dude, I have gold stars aside from the reverse courses at 200 cc. I have a gold triple stars on everything on the Wii U.
Yeah. Not for Wii U. Mine is for the Mario Kart 7 on 3DS. That's the one I just like. There was no tomorrow.
Yeah. And
But Cody brings up another good thing. Did you ever use that Nintendo Badge Arcade? I didn't. I used what was it? The RPG one with the Miis, and then the one where you collect the puzzle pieces. I forget what it was called.
I thought the Mii's
With
looked
Street
stupid.
Pass.
They still look stupid.
We're not saying they don't look stupid. It was just
I don't know if you've
to
seen
do the Street Pass. I love Street Pass.
The Street Pass was cool. I don't know do you remember how ridiculous I made my Mii look? I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. It's pretty yeah.
What were those
flamboyant.
Street Pass mini games? What was that's bothering me. What was it called? There was the RPG one.
Let's see here. Street Pass.
Wow, I have a phone and 2 computers in front of me, and I'm just racking my brain here.
Street Pass Mii Plaza.
Yeah, there was Mii Plaza. That's where you do and get the puzzle pieces where you meet and everybody stays. I forget what it was, but I played that RPG through like 3 or 4 times because of how many people I would meet. I would take it to every con I went to. I'd have it with me all the time. Sometimes I'd even have it at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I worked at Best Buy, and they didn't know their ass from a hole in the
I
ground.
never got into the Street Pass, but
I loved it. I wish they had put that in the Switch.
I'm tempted to play Link Between Worlds again. I was obsessed with that game when it came out. It was phenomenal.
I'm sad it's gone.
Oh boy!
But you know what that says? Can you read what that says? I'm sorry.
T-Rex.
Yep, it's a themed restaurant here in Orlando.
Are there dinosaurs in it?
Animatronic dinosaurs. It's great,
dude. Oh my god! You have to have a rainforest cafe over there, right?
Oh, of course, we have a couple.
Dude, I love the rainforest.
I think they closed out. There's one in Disney Springs, and there was another one. I know they closed down the one that was in South Florida. When I was living there, they closed that one down.
Dude, I'm a grown man. I would love to go to.
Puzzle Swap was the other one. Puzzle Swap. Sorry, he's.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. I would as a grown man, I would love to go to a dinosaur themed restaurant. I'm trying to.
I've been going almost every year for the last, I don't know, since I've been with my wife. Even when we started dating, every time we come up here, that's where I'd go. And then
Okay.
the last couple of years, there's this Irish restaurant called Raglan Road, and that's where I've been going because it's Irish and I'm Irish, so it just
I'm 1% Irish. No joke. I took one of those 23andMe things. I'm 1%.
yeah, I have that. My wife got me one for Christmas, and I still haven't opened it yet. I need to.
Mm,
It's just I haven't got around to it.
yeah. I want to
I'm
go to
just
Chuck E. Cheese. I can't go by myself.
you
I
would
gotta
you would look like
I wouldn't look right. I want to see if the pizza tastes the same, if it's what I
you'd look
remember.
like you would work for our government.
Oh man. But oh, oh, oh,
I let that pass for a little bit.
Disney Springs was
Yeah,
the best.
T-Rex is the best. See, we got Grim over here. Yes. Went there last summer. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go one step further and say, did you build yourself a dinosaur there? Because they have on the side they have a Build-A-Bear, but with dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
So I think it was about 2 years ago, last year before, I built my wife a Ankylosaurus.
I'm looking this
So you
restaurant
fill
up
them up
right now.
and yeah,
T-Rex
it's great.
Disney restaurant.
Find Me. There's the other one. Find Me. That was the RPG. Me Force. That was the other one. Flower Town. Warrior's Way. Monster Man. Okay.
They got a giant octopus bar.
Yes.
What?
Well, yeah.
This is amazing.
That steak. That steak is massive. Like the portions there are huge. They're huge. It's great.
Dude, this place looks like where dreams are made of, dude. I could smell how delicious it smells in there. I'm looking at this
what's
trailer.
Great, every 30 minutes to an hour, I can't remember, a meteor shower erupts.
What?
So you have the meteors come down and you hear it, and then all the dinosaurs freak out and everything, and then you see the lights go and it looks like lava and everything coming from one side, and the other side is now they actually have different sectors. One's a jungle, one's underwater, and the other one is like the Ice Age era.
I see they have a woolly mammoth in the back.
Yeah,
I need
Mammy
to go to
Wolf.
this. They got flames and stuff
Mammy.
coming over here.
Woolly
my
mammoth.
gosh.
Yeah. If you see the Triceratops, I've sat by them a number of times. You pet them.
Do they have people in
Brontosaurus steak. That's funny. Graham said he was imagining it was a really big steak. I've had it before, but the thing is, the dessert is the best because it looks like a volcano, and it's it's a chocolate cake that spews like
diabetes,
chocolate sauce,
chocolate
and then has
that's the best. I need a chocolate cake that is going to make me a diabetic. I love those like cookies, those chocolate cookies.
Yeah, there's cookie at the bottom. It's a chocolate
oh.
cake. It has chocolate sauce coming out of it, and then they do the dry ice thing, so it looks like it's smoking. It's really
I
cool.
want to go to this place.
You know, Orlando is not that far of a drive for you.
36 to 40 hours.
For driving?
I think it's here. I'll tell you right now.
You need to you need to get on an airplane and fly down here.
Yeah, it's quite the drive. So if I go from here to Orlando and I drive, it's telling me, yeah, Orlando. Come on.
Well, I'm north of Orlando, so not that far, but I'm north of Orlando.
Directions. It's going to take me. Come on.
Slot car rivals. Sorry, Cody keeps adding stuff, and I'm like, yes, I'm reading the chat as we go. So, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking doing a stream with no advertisement, not telling anybody, just hey, it's happening.
Yeah, you're fine, because we're doing the next ready to start next week.
It is next week, and Drunk 3PO said yes, he will make it.
That's great. I can't wait.
Now, what was funny, because last night I was in the chat for Tuesday night's main event, the Geeks and Gamers Tuesday podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent a super chat. Hey, what's up, guys? Can't wait for Jay to join us. And he's like, crap, I lost your email. Can you? And then everybody in the chat, everybody in the room just started making fun of him
Oh, that's funny.
because they're like, how do you lose an email?
That's funny.
And I'm like, wow.
Oh, the drive is 18 hours, by the way.
Okay,
I'm
that's not that
thinking
bad.
California is like a 40-hour drive.
Yeah, no one wants to go to California.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does.
Yes, I do watch Friday Night Tights. Yes, I do. When I get the time, because usually uh my wife and I spend Friday nights together. We do things on Fridays if we can. If not, then yes, I do usually have that playing when I'm editing or something like that. Yeah, that is true. Now, I don't know who all those people are. I do watch The Quartering. Philip DeFranco, I don't know who that is. Pokemon or anyone else.
You're not missing anything with Philip DeFranco.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I used to watch him back in the day. I can't stand him anymore.
Yeah, I do watch The Quartering. I used to watch him a lot more often. Now I don't.
I've stopped.
I'm not a big fan.
There's only
of
so much.
drama.
There's only so much I could take with his stuff, and he lives in like he lives about an 2.5 hours from me. He's
wow.
He's in Wisconsin. I like him. I like some of his videos, but if you just keep, he's really fast. So as soon as something breaks, he's out there making videos all day.
He puts out 3 a day minimum.
So
not including the live streams and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I just
yeah, that is one thing. Catching it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was responding to Graham here that I do happen to do the same thing where I watch, what do you call it? Camelot, the Camelcast, sometimes after when it's not live, when it's on demand, because sometimes I miss it and I watch it later. I do that with Timcast IRL or Crowder, but lately I've been pulling off a lot of those just because I'm tired of hearing.
Dude.
I'm just tired of hearing. I want more positive stuff, like our video game stuff. Even negative video game stuff is still better than
political stuff gets to be burnt out, and the people that host with Tim, let's just say, like, I'm not a big fan of
Luke.
Of any of them.
Luke, from time to time, he can get annoying. Other times he's cool, but what's his name? The one you hate. Oh, what's his name?
A very strong word. Ian?
Okay, Ian. Yeah. Ian.
I wouldn't say
I really annoying.
Him. I don't say I don't hate anybody. I think hate's too deep.
Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Johnny Topside.
I just think he says ridiculous things and it's unnecessary, and I'd rather just hear Tim talking. You know, that's all.
Agreed. That's sometimes why I watch some of his videos throughout the day.
Yeah.
I used to watch them all. Now I don't. I pick and choose. I'm literally tired of it. And I'm like, hey, however it goes, it goes. I enjoy Geeks and Gamers more because, there's more to life than just that stuff. So, but like, okay, that's Cody says there's Yellow Flash, The Quartering, Clownfish. I watch a lot of Clownfish TV. I really like those guys. One of the guys who used to work with me on Red Bandana Gaming, he's one of their writers. Jake James Lugo, he used to be a writer for us, but the pandemic kind of killed us. He literally lived walking distance from my house in South Florida. We would hang out and stuff, but the pandemic destroyed everything, so we couldn't get together and blah, blah, blah. So we ended up splitting ways, but Geeks and Gamers, yeah, they do. Clownfish doesn't necessarily talk about the same thing as Yellow. Quartering is very drama-y.
Yeah.
Geeks and Gamers, it depends on what you're watching. Yellow Flash, I've stopped. I unsubbed to Yellow Flash.
Does he have 2 channels?
I think so, but like I'm not a big fan of the disembodied voice channels. I like to see who I'm
like. Oh, yeah. So like,
where Clownfish is different. They have the little bouncy animations of theirs, but you can actually see their faces if you go on their social media. It's just kind of the thing they do. So I'm okay with that.
Funny stuff. I've sent it to you, but like even him, I can't. Like I see the topics that he talks about. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this. It's a Gundam. He does those disembodied. He has like a character that he puts on.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, some of his stuff. I mean, he goes at it. He's been called so many things because of like his political standing. So like one side is basically calls him the
Yeah.
in
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, the bent.
Yeah.
But he's okay.
Wow. Grem
only
says
10 minutes.
Gundam
That's
lives only
awesome.
10 minutes from. Yeah.
I mean, I like his content, but like some of
Geeks
the
and
topics he
Gamers
goes
have
over,
a
I
lot
can't.
of channels. I think Geeks and
Can't
Gamers
do it.
have more than 5 channels. They got Geeks and Gamers, Geeks and Gamers Play. I think there's D-Day Cobra. There's if you're talking about all the other ones who work within them, they've got. I know there's Park Hoppin'. There's just so many channels. They have a ton of stuff, and they're like I'm talking to one of the other guys who works with their park hopping channel to come on here as well. I think his channel's called the Rogue Attraction. So yeah, and he works with Geeks and Gamers on park hopping. His name's Tom. He has a little Zort on his shoulder.
I still gotta. I'm sorry. I still gotta go reach out. I'll maybe send him a message today on Twitter. Jack Zilla. I gotta reach out to him. He's cool.
Yeah, after we have Drunk 3PO, I'm gonna see if he can put me in contact with Jeremy to see if we can get Jeremy on here. If not, I've also reached out to Camelot, but he says reach out on Instagram, and he's really bad at responding there. He's responded to me more on Twitter, but I've been off of Twitter for a little bit. Okay, yeah, I counting the personal channels, yeah. Okay, I get that. Let me go. Yeah, going back a little bit, Grem says Tim Pool does talk about World War III. Yeah, his thing is Civil War.
I know.
Civil War.
He's all about
Civil War. Civil War.
Yes, the Civil War, and it's the end of.
I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of tired of that.
It's funny how he likes to segue, and he's a gamer. Tim, I think, is legit a gamer, but he'll try to juxtaposition like a video game.
He gets a lot of stuff wrong though.
Yeah,
and it makes me cringe, and I'm like, actually, yeah. So like when I referenced his Mario Bros movie review, it bothered me so much.
I wouldn't even.
You guys, I know I never did
him on his opinion on the Mario movie.
It just bothers me. What's under Tim Beanie? Oh, that hence I thought it'd be funny. But I saw a picture. He has like no hair, and it's a receding hairline.
Oh yeah, he's completely bald. And that's turned into his staple.
Yeah,
beanie. I would get tired of wearing a hat all the time.
Like there was a while when it was cold here, even in my house. Like it was in the 30s and the 40s here, even with my heater on, because the heater, like my handler's on the other side of the house, and it's a long house. So here it's like, for example, right now it's 10 degrees warmer than what it is on the other side of the house. So it was 10 degrees colder on this side of the house, even if I'd have the heater on. So for what do you call it, during the winter, I wore long sleeves and a beanie quite a bit. And people were like, it had nothing to do with Tim Pool, but there was a point where RGT85 was wearing a beanie, and I put it on because I was like, crap, now people are going to think I'm copying him.
We all stand on the shoulders of giants.
Do we? I mean? Do we?
I'm the giant.
Giant what? Prick?
Yep.
So no, you didn't miss the 3DS. No, we started talking about it, and then we kind of veered off, which I think we should get back to the 3DS.
Yes.
Now,
we shall.
You posted that. How many years was your 3DS not on? Didn't you say it was like 5 years?
It was, if I do the math, I'm thinking 2016 or 2017 was the last time I had turned my 3DS on.
Wow. Yeah, because I noticed that wasn't even a new 3DS. That was
that's the older one.
XL.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
full battery. If you guys haven't seen that video, can you pull that up and then add it to let them see it? I even reposted it.
Should I just throw it on? You know what? I should have put that on my YouTube Shorts. Didn't I put it on my YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, you did. I know you put it on Instagram, but yeah, he opens it up. He opens up his 3DS. I'll tell you while he pulls it up. And he says it's been like 5 years since he opened it. Full battery. He's got Luigi's Mansion in there, and then he looks in full battery. I'm like, okay. Now my 2DS XL, I still play it from time to time. The battery doesn't last that long. I do have 3DS XLs that I haven't charged in ages. Now I'm actually going to open up the boxes and see if they still have charge. Because
I'm
one I
just
haven't
gonna
opened since I moved up here.
I'm just gonna load it on my shorts right now,
Okay.
real quick. But
Because I can always I have that. Oh wait, no. Because this is what we're going to talk about in a little bit. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's the Legend of Zelda theme park edition.
so are these speculations? Are
Yes.
these like ideas and like people have artwork or something leaked?
No. I'll go over the article. I was going to make a full video on it. I still might do it tomorrow to see if I can find anything else, but I think it's really cool.
Yeah. And so I was looking up games and like how much the 3DS games might go up. I should have bought Metal Gear
Dude, might
Snake
have
Eater.
already skyrocketed.
I should
in
dude,
days.
Snake Eater's like $160 now.
Yeah,
What?
I went to find
WTF,
it a
mate?
couple weeks ago and I couldn't find it.
Dude, and I was gonna buy it when it was like $50, like 5-6 years ago. I was like, should I get it? Should I get it? Now it's not even for the fact of the value. Like I want to play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
So, Cody, don't worry. We're gonna touch on that in a little bit. That's gonna be the next topic once we're done talking about the 3DS. We're gonna talk about that because I know some things. Because I'm gonna tell you before we're gonna continue talking about 3DS, but I knew about the Nintendo stuff like 3-4 years, 5 years before it had been announced because I talked to Universal employees. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a whole new thing. It's going to be this. They're going to open that. They're going to open this. Original plans were to have it open in Fievel's Playland, but 3DS.
oh, you know what I want to do? I was looking. There's a Metacritic list of the top best 3DS games.
Well, see, Metacritic. When we talk about Metacritic, it's like best 3DS games according to whom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to look at the list because I'm looking at some of these games. I'm like, nah, hard pass, dude. Like, why is this even on here?
There are some games that people don't understand, which were really good, and people are like, they just, brush it off because it's some kind of license or something else. Like if you've ever played the Phineas and Ferb games, those were great.
No, I haven't.
See, and people are like, "Oh, that was a Disney cartoon." Yeah, that was when Disney was actually still good.
Yeah,
and they had put out some bangers. People just pass by them.
I mean, I gotta say, wow. I wonder how much, dude. Star Fox on the 3DS is phenomenal.
Not that expensive. It's around $40. I do 40? Have it. I was actually when I made that video, I was looking at certain games because I use the Game Eye app. Do you guys have Game Eye? If anybody in the chat uses Game Eye, drop it in there because that's Game Eye. I don't know if you can see it, but it's an app that tracks all your games, consoles, toys to life, you name it. And you put them in and it has different variations. Your collector's editions shows you value and shows you whether it's complete box or loose. GAMEYE. What's funny about that, what's even more funny about that, I used to go to a CD trader, which was retro games and stuff in South Florida. The guy who runs it, he recently moved to a store in Lakeland. If you're ever in Lakeland, Florida, you got to visit him over there. Video game stage? Game stage?
Is it Gamey or Game Eye?
Game, GAMEYE.
But is it pronounced Gamey or Game Eye?
Game Eye.
Okay.
Game Eye. So the guy who owned that store knew this guy who made this app, who again happened to live down the street from us because we all lived in the same area at the time. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Nope, I know the guy who made it." I was like, "Wow."
You know what I wonder what the cost is for my Neo Geo cartridges. I have 2 of them. I have
just track those too.
Original cardboard box. It's just like a cardboard box.
Yep, it'll tell you complete in box, and then it goes what it goes for. Yeah. Yes, it does track Toys
I'm
to Life.
excited. I'm excited to start adding my stuff. I looked up how expensive these Silent Hill games are. They're
Yeah,
all over
stupidly
$100.
expensive. You can track games, you can track your systems, you can track your peripherals, Toys to Life, and even print media. So I don't know how well
Dude,
that is actually
this
showing
is
there,
I'm hyped for this.
but
I have so many things.
that's how
It's
I
gonna
that's how
take
I keep track
forever.
of my games. That's how I know. Well, I do have games that aren't scanned because they not every game is in their system, but I would say about 90% of my collection to 90 to 95% of my collection is in their database. That's how I know I have 640 Switch games right now.
So, do you scan it or can you just search by it?
Oh, well, okay, you can do both. You can scan its barcode. If the barcode doesn't come up, then you can do a manual search. Now, if the barcode comes up, you just sometimes, if it's, say it's like a greatest hit or a platinum hit or something like that, and the
Put that in
barcode's the
there.
same,
I
you
hate
can just
those.
look for that.
I hate those
But
PlayStation greatest hits with the
I'm going to
green
tell
font.
you the player's choice for the GameCube are worth more than the regular versions. I
Get
chase
out.
player's choice. Yep.
Why?
Lower print run. That's it. Lower print run.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
If I run into anything.
See, that's a good thing. When you go to a retro game store and wind up buying it'll keep you from buying stuff you already have. I used to do that before. Another thing is you can also use it to scan it if you're at a retro game store and find out if you're overpaying.
Ooh,
That's what I do.
smart. Smart. I
Yeah,
was looking
it really is great for not buying the same game twice. It really does help.
Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
Selects.
Oh,
Oh, that's right, with the
we've had
little
them for
badge
every
in the
system.
corner.
Mhm. Mhm.
Do those go up in price?
There are none. Nintendo Switch selects.
Oh,
We've got
Switch
Wii
Selects.
U.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
3DS. I'm thinking 3DS.
The
What
3DS ones maintain same value. I've noticed that they maintain same value. But the Wii U ones, same thing, but there's only a handful. No, they haven't done a Switch one yet. We're close to the end of the Switch's life. That's kind
you
of
know,
funny.
I want to I should have bought a physical version of Zelda Wind Waker, which I call Zelda Wind Whacker. It's one of my favorite
Dude,
Zeldas. It's one of my
for the
favorite
Wii
Zeldas.
U,
Yeah,
for the Wii U,
for the Wii U.
I have it. I actually bought it when I was working at GameStop. My last stint at GameStop, I was there for a few months, and just because I don't even remember why. I think I was we had a lull in the time with the company or something
Mhm.
like that, and I wanted to just do something else. I was bored, and so I was working there for a couple months, and the Wii U games were on clearance, and I got Wind Waker for maybe $10 to $20.
I'll give you 25.
You know how much is going for now? Complete in box?
I'm going on eBay right now.
67 average.
69 for the Wind Whacker Select. 89 in I don't give two.
You know what I do have? Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the special edition with the amiibo. $140. I still have complete in box. The
Dude,
only thing is I did take out the amiibo. So it's not new. If it was new, it'd be 195.
some
But
hot dog
I
is
opened it.
trying to sell the Wind Waker Wii U new in box for $1,789.
Stupid.
Come on.
Wii
Goodbye,
U's
sir.
have gone up in price. Don't get me wrong, but that's too much.
Someone's trying to sell a sealed
Oh,
rated. I just think that's over the top. That's stupid.
I don't like graded stuff.
No, graded a graded Wii U game. No, retro
No.
stuff with that's different.
Ah.
It's
Now Cody brings up a good point. Do you think the Switch is on its way out? Do you think it's almost done, or do you think they're just going to do a Switch Pro? I think we're going to get a sequel to it. We're going to get a next gen version of it. That's what I think. I don't think it's going to be a brand new system. I think it's going to be the next iteration of a next gen Nintendo Switch. I don't think it's going to be a Switch Pro. I think it's going to be a next gen iteration.
I think it's I don't want to bite my tongue here. I want it to be a Switch Pro because they don't need to really do much more.
We need more power. We need a
We need
lot
way
more power.
dude.
Now, if
Way
we
more.
get a new Switch, yes, like Remy says, it needs to be backwards compatible. But not just a new model, it needs to be a completely new console. But yes, it still needs to be backwards compatible and still have the Switch capabilities. And I always make fun and call it the Switchy Switch or the
Well,
Switchier Switch.
do you think that if this is a whole new console, that your Pro controllers will work on it? Do you think they'll make that backwards compatible?
The thing I think Nintendo has learned, especially with the Switch lifespan and how popular it is, make your stuff backwards compatible. But yeah, you can still use the Pro controllers, or you can get the brand new ones, which have haptic and all this fancy stuff, and have the features of like the Dual Sense. So yeah, you can use the old one, but why when you can get the Switch controller Pro Plus 2 or
I hope
XL,
if that's the case, I hope that Nintendo goes the route of how phenomenal the PS5 controller is.
Yes.
Like that controller is something special, man.
Yeah, the Wii U Pro controller was so good, but I think the Switch Pro controller is better. It's the correct version of the controller with the sticks in the correct spot, because having them both at the top, I was like, you just wanted to be different for different sake, Nintendo.
Yes, yes. Dude, I forgot what that controller even looked like. Wow. Wii U Pro controller. I have an idea of what it looks like in my head. That's it.
It looks like the Pro controller's
now.
retarded little brother.
Yeah. Poor little guy. I mean, I enjoyed it while I had it, I mean, but
I still have it. I still have my original.
I just think, and people will disagree with me on this, my experience playing Wind Wacker on the Wii U with the Wii U display.
I can't get over that because I'm like, what's going on in my head? I'm back to a 13-year-old Wind Wacker.
Dude, I loved that there was sound. Your menu was all in the controller. You get extra sounds in there. It's touch screen. You just swap things really quick and go through your inventory. I loved it. I loved the experience. And like when I went to that point of no return in the game, to fight. I was gonna say Gandalf, or no,
Gandalf. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna
Ganondorf.
Yeah. That was almost said. I almost
Gandalf.
I almost said Gandalf.
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf. I got like a little emotional. I'm like, this is it. This is it.
One thing I will say, getting back to the 3DS, what if they make the Switch a dual screen system and have it clamshelled? A lot of these weird leaks and rumors that have been coming out that have been super debunked have stated that it might be a DS style, a Switch DS. Stupid, but I wouldn't. What if it's a foldable?
Why would they do it again?
What if it's foldable, like the Galaxy Fold, like the phone?
So it's a bigger screen then, an even bigger screen.
Yeah, and then they can split it into two, so you can have it, and it goes not long ways, and it's whoop, but it's all screen.
All right, okay. All right,
How
I don't think that's
would
too
that thing be?
If that's what it's going to be.
$500-$600 easy.
Yeah.
Foldable screen.
I don't care.
Or that just means that it won't come out until 2026. It would have to be 2026 for that technology to be affordable.
You know what blows my mind? They sold over 100 million Switch units. I'm not like making that up, dude. Spawnwave said they sold 100 million units.
Yeah, and you can count me and people like me, Woodhawker, all of us that buy every variation there is of the Switch. I have every version of the Switch Lite, and I've owned 5 or 6 different Switches.
Dude, 122.
I've had a regular Switch.
5 million.
I had the Switch V2. I had 2 OLEDs, and now I'm getting the Zelda OLED. My wife has a regular Switch, and she has an Animal Crossing Switch. And I have an Animal Crossing Switch. We're stupid like that. That's why Nintendo sold so many.
I do want that.
See, look, even Remy says it. He's got multiple as well. Grim, he's 6 switches.
Grim.
That's how they sell, because we all go, ooh, I want that one, but I don't want to get rid of mine. Ooh, I want that new one. I got every Switch light there is. I recently just bought another blue Switch light because my original
You
one
didn't like
was
your Pokemon.
overheating.
Oh, really?
No, my blue one that I got almost 2 years ago was overheating. So I bought a brand new one and then traded that one into GameStop, the one that was overheating, but they didn't know that. Don't care. Put that towards my Switch OLED, my Zelda Switch OLED.
I had a drift in my Switch controller, the pink and green colors, and I returned. I did the old switcheroo. I was so angry. I wasn't gonna go to Nintendo and wait months for them to send me or fix my Joy-Con.
They give you refurbished. They just send you refurbished ones.
I went to the store, did a switcheroo. Swap. Nintendo, this is your fault. Sorry.
You know what's funny? I've never had one Switch long enough where I use the same Joy-Cons enough to get drift. Because I always get new ones. Now on my current one, my oldest one, this is my OG day one Switch, my launch Switch. Mm-hmm. But I have the Legend of Zelda Joy-Cons that came out, 2021? So that's the longest running ones I have.
Nintendo replacement takes a week. I'm surprised.
Yeah, because like I said, they send you refurbished. They don't fix yours. Yeah.
No, I do want that Zelda Switch and the Pro controller.
Yeah, see, currently got 14. I had 16 Switches at one point. I sold some because I'm like, this is stupid.
How many Switches did you have?
I had 16.
Bro. Why, dude?
Because
it's too much.
Stupid.
Oh my god, dude. I've never met anybody that had 16 Switches.
Because the economy was good. We were making quite a bit of money. And we were like, why not? Nowadays,
I mean, it's your money. Go ahead. I don't knock you for it. I just think it's a little too much.
Oh no. Nowadays, I'm like, nope. I'm picky and choosy. And I do like the fact that Nintendo's not coming out with any more Switch lights, because that's a vice for me. I have to, they're like Pokemon. I got to collect them all.
I noticed that you have like all the colors on one of your shelves.
Yeah, I have all the Switch lights, all of them. 2 of them are my wife's. I got her the pink one, which is the coral, and the yellow one is her main one, where she use it just to play Animal Crossing. She has 2 Animal Crossing accounts, one on her main Switch and one on her Switch Lite.
Dude, we have to do a stream where we go to each other's islands. And
Cody's right. I don't know. It costs more. Does it cost more than drugs?
It depends on which drugs you're using.
It's healthier. Well, you live in Chicago. You would know.
I live literally.
Isn't that the drug capital of the U.S.? Yeah,
no.
Don't dox yourself.
I literally 2 blocks away from me, there's a place you just go buy marijuana. Yeah, just go in there, tell them what you want. You look on a menu, they come out and they give it to you. Very expensive.
There's some places in downtown Orlando like that are dispensaries. I'm like, medicinal. Oh my god, that's a thing here now. So I remember going to Colorado. We got off the plane and it's like every corner there's a marijuana place.
There's places all over here, all over the place now, which I go into every once in a while to grab something like an edible. Edibles I'll do. Helps me sleep sometimes.
Nah, I'm good. I use beet juice. I drink too much juice.
Yeah, I have cherry juice. Cherry juice here is what I tend to drink quite often.
To be honest, I've actually stopped drinking. I've stopped drinking a lot. Where now it's like 2, and I feel tipsy. I'm like, oh, that's so good. It used to take. There was one point where it took 19 drinks for me to get drunk.
Sure, you're in Chicago, not Boston. We have that here in Massachusetts. Is it illegal, Cody, in Boston?
Is it?
I didn't know that. I don't. There's a lot of states that it's legal.
Wow. Yeah, it'll probably never become legal here in Florida. I just don't see it happening.
Really? Colorado, Washington, Alaska, Oregon. Washington, D.C., California, Maine, Massachusetts. Oh, dude, there's a lot, dude. I'm not going to go down. Well, I mean, I can really quickly. Nevada, Michigan, Vermont, Guam, Illinois, Arizona, Montana, New Jersey, New York, Virginia, New Mexico, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maryland, Missouri. Dude, like, it should just be state. It should just be legal, like, throughout the whole country. But
The reason why I know this isn't video game related. The reason why I disagree is because I've seen too many people get into car accidents, get into problems, have issues from doing that and getting in their car and then going somewhere. I've seen way too many, and people are like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
It counts as a DUI if you get caught driving high. It's legit like a regular DUI. They
Here,
get down.
I know if you do it, you get thrown in jail. It's not even drunk tank kind of thing. You get in jail. Well, it depends on the county too. Some counties here have different statutes and stuff for it. But
oh my gosh,
yeah, okay. Back to video games.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying. I literally in the eBay search, I literally said Zelda Wind Waker Wii U, Wind Waker. There we go. Man. I don't know. I just have a digital copy. But
so let's get on to what I was pulling up here. Which here I'm going to switch to this. It says Lost Continent at Universal's Islands of Adventure will close in May, possibly for Zelda themed attraction. And here we're not going to go over the whole thing, but they talk about the possibilities. I've seen a couple of different articles that talk about it because the article basically says that they were thinking about, rumors have it, and people are talking about stuff that's going on behind the scenes, that because of Harry Potter being put at both Islands of Adventure and Universal, now Epic Universe, that they were going to sprinkle Nintendo goodness throughout the parks so everybody just doesn't go to Epic Universe. People will now go to Universal. They'll now go to Islands of Adventure more. And it, to me, the Nintendo property is some of the biggest you can get. It's bigger than Nintendo. Yeah. It's bigger than Disney these days.
Yeah.
So it's like the 80s again. Crazy. But that's what they were talking about. And the thing is, what's closing down is called Poseidon's Fury. And Poseidon's Fury recently just went through like a year refurbishment. So everything was repainted, everything was redone, and now they're closing it. It's only been open for a matter of months. And they're closing it again. So the big thing is, people think that they're going to take this part, which is called the Lost Continent, which used to make up the majority of Harry Potter world. And what they're going to do, rumor, this is speculation just because of leaks and stuff, all that which is in this now small section is going to be completely rethemed. And it's not going to be too much into Legend of Zelda. And to me, if they do that, that's printing money.
It's printing money.
Imagine a Legend of Zelda theme park. We won't just have Super Mario World with Mario and Donkey Kong. We're going to have another section of Legend of Zelda, and rumor that they're going to introduce Pokemon into one of the parks. I think they should introduce Pokemon into Universal, just the Universal Vanilla, the regular one, to have Nintendo stuff everywhere. I think what they should do is either get rid of the Marvel or get rid of the Simpsons, because both owned by Disney, and retheme it all to Pokemon. And then that would be just printing money, just pooping out money.
I never would have even thought it possible. Like, if you were to tell me as a kid there's going to be a Nintendo theme park, I would be like, I don't believe you. That'd be the most amazing thing ever.
Dude, I'm biting at the bit to get it here. I have a Universal annual passes. So I go there more than we have Disney, and we have Universal, and we have SeaWorld. SeaWorld, we're going to get let lapse. We're not going to do it because it was fun to have it for a year, but who really cares? But Universal's my big thing. I used to love Disney, but Disney has gotten to the point where it's so overpriced, and the way they're doing everything, it's just a mess. But Universal's so much fun, the Jurassic World stuff, the Harry Potter stuff, and now the Nintendo stuff. I just can't wait.
Yeah, I remember when I was out there a handful of years ago with my buddy, and we went over there to like Disney. October's like the off season out there, right?
There is no off season anymore.
Well, it wasn't too bad.
The off season was technically October. No, here it's because Universal has Halloween Horror Nights. Stupid busy.
I want to do
February and March. The end of January, February, and March used to be off season, and then spring break happened. Now there really is no off season. But yes, Graham says one thing, and that's there's Marvel at Universal at Islands of Adventure. It is the last visage of pre-Disney Marvel, when Marvel was good, when that 90s Marvel, which was just the best thing in the world. That's the last bit you're going to find anywhere. Disney Star Wars. See, Remy, that Disney Star Wars, I don't like it. We could do a whole cast one day on our thoughts on Disney Star Wars.
I want to, if I had the money, I would spend that egregious whatever $3,000 a person on that Star Wars adventure thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Galactic Star Cruiser? No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't let you. I'd smack you in the face. Because it's all Rey and Kylo Ren. Are you a Reylo? Do you love blue-haired Karen captains? I actually think the captain's name is Karen something.
They don't have anything from the.
They've dropped the price. Wars? No, nothing.
Are you kidding me?
No, and they've dropped the prices by half. We planned on going, and then once they said, "Oh no, it's all Disney Star Wars," it's like Disney Star Wars set in a Star Trek looking ship. It's ridiculous. You need to watch some videos. Watch Clownfish TV. Watch any of the Disney theme park ones covered it. It was I do miss OG Star Wars. Now, one thing I do like about Galaxy's Edge, they have a place called Oga's Cantina, which feels like the cantina from Tatooine. And the drinks used to be stronger, but there's one called the Fuzzy Tauntaun where it has foam on the top and it makes your entire mouth numb. It's great. But I do have 2 lightsabers from there. I have Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order, and then I have Mace Windu's lightsaber. So, and then I have mine that I built my own because that is really cool. So,
I mean, I'm looking at like Disney's Galaxy's Edge thing here. They have a full-size Millennium Falcon. This looks amazing.
Yes, the Millennium Falcon is cool. The ride Smuggler's Run is cool if you have a group of friends and you can work in tandem, but it's like a really big video game. It's not bad for us. I thought I enjoy the ride.
So what?
Rise of the Resistance is pretty pish.
Galaxy's
like,
Edge
it's fun, but it's always broken.
Is it the same thing as, but like where you stay at the hotel and you go through that whole experience? That's part of like a section of Galaxy's Edge. I don't know. I'm kind of ignorant towards it.
Sort of. You can stay at it, and then they take you in a padded van. Yes, it was supposed to be a shuttle, but it's literally just a van. When you see it from the outside, they've had aerial shots. It's a padded van on the inside. And then they just dump you off inside Galaxy's Edge at a little tunnel, and then you drop off there. It's sad. Like, for the amount of money, it's sad. It's like $6,000 for that. Now they've dropped the price, and then they've dropped the price again.
Because no one's spending the money to do it, I'm assuming. This way, like, come on, man. Really? Like, how do? Anyways, I don't know. I just
sorry. I'm looking at what do you call it saying here? Jay and Krista asked about Darth Vader merch at Galaxy's Edge, and they looked at her like she had 2 heads. There is nothing. There are some stuffies. The last time I went, the only Darth Vader merch, there's some stuffies, and then if you go in the shop that has all the lightsabers, you might find some stuff in there. But what they've been introducing quite a bit lately is stuff from the video games and stuff from the prequel trilogy. You're going to find a lot of stuff from prequel trilogy. So $1,000 for a van you wouldn't normally let your kids near. You ain't wrong.
Man, I gotta look at it. I gotta see what's going on
Yeah.
with that. The hotel room looks awesome. Like
No, it
you're
doesn't.
looking
No.
out in outer space, and then there's like a bar
There's
that like
there's no
looks.
window. There's no window. The bed is a full-size bed, and then the little beds that are built into the wall are meant for children only. If you're going to be an adult
Fine.
sleeping in there, you're in fetal position.
Yeah, full size beds are tiny, man.
Yeah. So supposedly
As a
there are some
kid,
with larger beds, but
they warned us about getting in strangers, man.
now you pay to get in those vans.
No,
It's like,
you
sure,
pay.
take my money.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. When are you? Isn't Mario World supposed to come next year out there because it's in California right now, right?
2025. But
Ah,
here they're building a
2020.
whole new theme park and not just a section. Here we're also going to get not just Super Mario World or Super
Donkey Kong.
Nintendo World. We're getting the full Donkey Kong ride here too. So we're going to get the Yoshi ride, we're going to get the Mario Kart, and the Donkey Kong coaster. So
Dude,
we'll
that
get
would
all
be
that.
so what oh my gosh, a Donkey Kong mine coaster, dude.
Yep, that's what it is.
That
Donkey
would
Kong
be
Minecart.
phenomenal. Do we know about the Mario Kart ride that was
It's
supposed to have like augmented reality or
yeah,
something?
that's it. That's it. That's the one we're getting. It's the one in California. It's the one that fat people, like really fat people, are complaining they can't get in. And then Universal's like, lose weight.
Yeah, I
It's
it's what
like
would you if they're supposed to make a double XL cart? I don't know. I'm sure they try to cater to everybody. I mean, listen, it sucks if
it
you're
was originally made in Japan.
yeah,
Japanese
those people
people
are
are
tiny,
known to
man.
be smaller than Americans in
But
general. Just even a fit American or average size like you and I, we're
mhm,
still bigger than your average
mhm,
Japanese person. But we can still fit in those cars. But
mhm.
once you start getting into the massively overweight people, they can't fit.
The waist limit is
So
like 40 inches. That does sound kind of small, to be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah. So that's another thing. It's not just fat people. It's like
Yeah, but even you're
Brian
tall, 2 feet
Cage
tall.
or Brock Lesnar. Those guys can't fit in there. They're too big.
Yeah,
Their
way
frames are too big.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too big. 280 at
Yeah.
6 feet. What are the odds? Great
Oh,
question.
280 at 6 feet. You'll be fine because I'm 6 feet and I'm 238. 238.
I wish I
Which
was 6 feet.
I am going to be working at. Like I was supposed to go to the gym last night, and then I'm cleaning up my office and everything, and then I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I usually go to the gym at between 10:30.
You go late, man.
Yeah, because I have a anytime fitness, and I just go anytime. But I don't like to leave. I don't like to leave after 11, and I'm like, oh, it's 11:10, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I got you.
So and then I won't get home till like midnight 30. I know that sounds weird. 12:30 a.m. So, and then tonight, depending on what time we finish up here, I might still go, might not. I don't know. If we're done by 10:30, maybe, and then I'll
Sure.
go get there by 10:45. So it depends. But I think what they're going to do in Florida, since we've got a lot of people from all over the world, more people come here than California. I think they're going to probably adjust those cars to do not just 40-inch around. They're going to do, I think they're going to do 42, 45 inches.
I think that they should. It's he who said it was like yeah. Graham said it was like 40 inches.
Yeah.
That does honestly legit sound too small. I don't know. But I don't know. My waist is a 32, 31.
I'm a 38.
So I can't see that. That doesn't. Are we sure it's 40 inches?
Yeah, he's right. The Japanese model, that's the big complaining about the one in California.
I can't believe that's a big oof. They messed that up real bad.
Well, the thing is, it's like my average size waist growing up was your size until the last couple of years because of COVID, and I stayed home and
Hmm.
just got fat.
Hmm.
And then I've lost about 10, 15 pounds. At one point, I lost a 25, but I've kept about 15 pounds off. So right now, I'm going back to working out. So by the time that opens up, I'm going to be closer to your size. I'll probably be about a 34.
Yeah.
So
G and G in the quartering. Oh man. I know Jeremy from the quarter, and he always brings up. He always mentions. The thing I like about Jeremy is he's like aware of himself, and he doesn't think he's perfect. Or I
Mhm.
think I don't know. My one friend doesn't like him at all. He calls him the N word that ends in an
Oh,
with a Z and an I.
yeah.
I was like, really? Like, I don't know. I never got that vibe from him. But
He's clearly not, but
yeah,
that's now a term which sadly doesn't mean anything anymore.
it's ridiculous.
All
People
those
don't like you, you're
Michigan-isms
that.
don't mean anything anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty whack. And Go was helping me lose weight. Pokemon Go was awesome, man. I remember in my jogging routes, I would find gyms and stuff like that.
See,
But some of
I
these
was
people
go
were ridiculous at those gyms, man. It's like,
I
how
I
much are you
I
playing this game?
I live in a small city,
Hmm.
very small, and I'm way out west. I'm in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. And we have nothing out here. We have nothing out here. I think there's uh like everything I have to drive to is 20 minutes away. No matter what, it's the my closest Walmart is a 10-minute drive.
Uh,
So everything's where back when I was in South Florida, if it took me more than 5 minutes to get anywhere, that was too long. So I mean, from door to door, from the time I walked out my front door to the time I walked into wherever. Here, it's not like that. So having Pokestops or any of that stuff, it just doesn't happen around here.
I have fond memories of. I was living in my mom's basement at the time. I had just moved
Wasn't that a
back
couple
from
weeks ago?
Milwaukee. I had just moved back from Milwaukee in like 2016. I moved in with my mom. I saved some money, and I've been living in this house that I own now for like 3 years. So,
Hmm.
but I going back so I don't get too off um topic here. I had like really cool routes. There are Pokemon gyms everywhere,
How do you
and
break your Pokemon Go? Did you ever have a Pokemon Go Plus?
I never had Pokemon Go Plus.
Yeah, Cody says broke his Pokemon Go Plus. I have that, and I don't know where it went. And then I had the third party watch, so it would go
You
on your
got
wristband.
that?
Yeah,
You got that, huh?
it worked so much better because it had all these mods and stuff. So
Really?
I wouldn't even have to actually play the game. It would just do everything for me. But I never paid for the expansion, so it would fill up my item bag, my
Hmm.
backpack, and then fill up all my Pokemon. And then it's like, sorry, we can't do it. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, it's somewhere. I think it's somewhere in my game room. It's in one of the drawers. It's the
You
one
know,
that has the white band with the red and black dots.
I was really, really enjoying the game until I realized I'm never going to beat anyone who's winning at these gyms. Like they're
You
just
think that?
completely insane.
You
These
think
players.
that? And then I was like, I'm gonna lose to this guy. I was at Disney. I was waiting in line for I think Rock and Roller Coaster, the Aerosmith ride, and I'm like, oh, there's a gym here, cool. And there's a guy who's like 20 levels above me, and I just murked him. I'm
Well, did you
like,
have all the
how?
proper types to
Yeah,
counteract whatever?
yeah,
That's why. Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
I had a
Yeah.
right team. So
That's impressive.
so yeah. How did we? Oh yeah, I was like, how did we get to that from Universal to Pokemon Go? Because
One of somebody in chat brought it up.
yeah, that's right. Now, after we've talked about 3DS, we talked about the theme park. What do you think we're going to see tomorrow in the new Tears of the Kingdom third trailer?
I
I didn't
well,
think
what
we were going to see
we
fusing.
I think that they have to give us something more than last time. I think they're gonna give us a taste of,
Of course.
maybe one of the dungeons, maybe a boss fight, and a sneak peek at Ganondorf. I think they got to give us something. We got to
Well,
get Ganon. We got to get like
what if it's
we.
not Ganon?
Ooh,
What if it's not Ganon?
what if it's a gender fluid boss? I'm not
Good,
joking.
good night, everybody. It's
I'm not
Nintendo.
joking.
They don't do that.
You don't think
It,
so?
no, no.
And I'm not ripping on it. If there is a gender fluid boss, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, they have to show us something better than the garbage that we saw last time.
Graham is correct. I think it's going to be story content.
It has
I think he's 100% on point.
Yes.
Story content. 41.
Good night. I got work tomorrow. Good night, Cody. Thanks for hanging with us.
Night, Cody. Yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry about that.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that.
Graham,
He
I totally
watches all my videos. Thank you. I have like a handful of people that watch and comment on everything, and I am so grateful for you guys, more than you know. Even the lurkers. I have a lot of people that lurk, and they'll just watch all my videos, but they don't say anything, and I'm grateful for them too.
Dude, I posted the Call of Duty seasons, like what for season 3 video, was it yesterday, for 4 or 5 hours, for 5 or 6 hours, 0 views, dude. 0 freaking views, man.
You posted something. I forget which video it was, but I looked down and it didn't show it to me for 3 days. And there was another one that was out for like 6 hours. Yeah, the Call of Duty one.
Yeah, the
that had 0 views.
0, bro.
And I was like, this was up for 6 hours, and I've been watching YouTube for like 3 hours. Because I was chilling. I finished my work and all that other stuff. And I was like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's a topic for another video.
Yeah.
For another stream.
I hope the new Zelda game is good. It's a game for Zelda, the NES, and Wind Waker's. It's terrible. You don't. So, John, you don't like Wind Waker? I freaking love Wind Waker, man. It's one of my favorites.
I'm not a fan of whacking off the wind.
You should try it sometime. I think, though,
you do that. Yeah, I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that.
You know what Zelda that I loved for the Switch, which I might go back and play, was the
Link's
Game
Awakening?
Boy. The Awakening was so much fun.
Agreed.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I never beat it because I got stuck and I refused to use a strategy guide. So I just went, all right.
If I get stuck, I give myself 10 or 15 minutes. And if I'm just completely like, I don't know what to do, I'll look up where I'm at and the next step on where I have to go. And then that's it. And then I figure out the rest from there. Because I
agree with Grim. Played
Wind Waker 4 times on 2 consoles, and I lose interest after an hour or so. There is there's a part where you have to go get like 6 fragments for like a special key or something, and that part kind of drags a little bit.
See, I felt the same way about Twilight Princess because that
never finished it.
Introduction is so long and so boring.
Was it Twilight Princess I got to like the Sky Dungeon and then I just stopped?
Sky Dungeon, isn't that
or was that
Skyward Sword?
I think it was Skyward Sword. I got to a dungeon in the sky. I forgot which one. Yeah, same Toilet Princess. Yeah, I never finished it. I got pretty far into it. I think about maybe 3/4 of the way, and then I was like, you know what? I'm done.
My problem was I got it on the Wii. So doing the waggle controls after about a couple hours, I'm like, I can't. And then I eventually got it on the GameCube, but everything was backwards, basically the way it was supposed to be. The Wii version's actually the wrong version. The GameCube version is the correct one. That's where he's actually left-handed because Link is left-handed. But that's right. In Breath of the Wild, they made him right-handed again.
They made him look Greek.
Yes. Oh no, in the new one, he's like ultra Greek.
He's like a mix between
Greek and Roman,
a Super Saiyan and anime.
Hercules
and Greek, yeah,
but really tiny.
Zelda Ages. I have Oracle of Ages, and I never got Oracle of Seasons.
Oh, that's interesting. I just read Shoj World. I hope I hope they show the familiar map, but just broken. I don't want to see too much story. That is interesting because that's the complete opposite of us. And I wonder why that is. Why is it that's what you want to see? Tell me that's what I want to know. Because from my understanding, what this is supposed to be is the story is going to be cyclical. So this actually is going to be the game theories that leads into Skyward Sword. So the timeline, because if you look at the logo, it's actually an Ouroboros. So the whole Zelda timeline is cyclical, hence the Ouroboros. So this leads into the very first game, which would be Skyward Sword. So everything repeats itself in the Legend of Zelda timeline. So anything from here on out fits within that circle.
I'll take a look at. I'll probably do just a reaction video.
Graham, you're right. That's why, because most people are right-handed. But yeah, he's right.
I just don't think I'm day oneing it.
Mine's paid off, and I'm getting the Switch. So
I just got so bored of Breath of the Wild, man. And I know people don't like hearing it, but Breath of the Wild is not that great of a game. I'm sorry.
You know the Gerudo Valley. What's it called? You know where you have to go rescue that one female Gerudo in the thing with all the ninjas.
This is we're talking.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, yeah,
it's been a minute.
So it's before you get the bless you, the camel divine beast, the camel divine beast.
Yes.
So you have to go beat the ninjas, but the thing is, the big ninjas kill me with one swipe, and I'm like, so I have to leave there, go complete about 8 of the shrines to get 2 more hearts just to survive one hit.
And you know,
that
the shrines were cool.
The
shrines were cool, but they got boring. And I told we kind of
some of them are just, it's like, all right, you're gonna make me sit here for 20 minutes figuring out to go, oh, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, oh man. So I'm actually looking. I know I can just look it up on my phone, but I miss the old days of opening a strategy guide. So I'm actually looking for a Wind Waker physical strategy guide.
You know, I'm looking for. My buddy had one. Ninja Turtles had one. I don't know if he still does. I honestly, dude, I want to play some Majora's Mask, dude. I have it for 3DS and I have it for Nintendo 64. The cool.
I have that one.
What do they call that? Lenticular on it. And now we have it on our Switch online.
We have it on Switch. Personally, I have every version. I have the N64. I have the Japanese N64. I have the GameCube re-release. I have the 3DS, and I have Switch Online. And I have it downloadable on the virtual console on the Wii and the Wii U, I think.
My thing is like I want to go back and play Mario 64. I want to play some Nintendo 64 games, but I know the younger generation they hate the controller. I love the controller. I grew up on it. It was amazing. I thought it was fantastic.
Okay, there are ways around it, but I want that Switch Online one. I want the Nintendo official one. I do have the Brawler 64, the one made by Retro Fighters. It's great, but it just doesn't feel the same. And I have an adapter to where you can use a Nintendo 64 controller on the Switch, but you have to use 2 controllers to use it.
Because you can't get to the home screen or something.
Yeah, you're missing buttons. So I'm like, that's why I want the Switch one, because it has the extra buttons on the top.
See, Graham knows what I'm talking about, man. I love that.
You know, the Nintendo 64 is still my favorite console of all time.
It's one of my favorites, and so is the Dreamcast. Yeah. I just think the games were just so great. I think it's probably one of the best designed consoles ever. It's just a sexy little system.
It's a beast.
With a little orange light on it. It ran
the Dreamcast. Arcades.
The Dreamcast, yeah. Which one are you thinking?
64.
64. I love the 64.
I love the 64. And the thing is, that's the game. That's the time I think I have the best memories with my friends, because back in the day, I was in middle school, early high school. When it was out, my friends would come over. We'd all come to each other's house. Usually mine. My mom would order a pizza, or we get pizza rolls, and then we'd just sit there and play the WCW, the NWO World Tour. We'd play No Mercy, Star Fox, San Francisco Rush, Cruising USA. We'd play all those games, and we would just for hours, and some of the best, times as a kid. And that's why.
Cruising USA, man, I remember. Rush. Remember?
Don't rush.
That's
Don't
San Francisco
rush.
Rush, but that's what they would do. They'd be like rush in the main screen when you press
You know
start,
what's funny?
right?
I kept renting that from Blockbuster for Nintendo
Same.
64. And then once I got my PlayStation, I was like, oh, I saw it on clearance at Walmart. I got it for $10. And then I took it home. I'm like, this isn't the same. It looks like crap.
You know, I have a nice Sony flat screen Trinitron. I think it's a 20 or 30 incher. Holy cow, is that thing heavy, dude? I mean, I'm in pretty decent shape, man. I work out quite often and stuff, but when I carry this TV, I am telling
you're
you,
right. Forearm is huge.
Yeah, I know. Giggity. insert Quagmire. Hey,
Giggity.
Quagmire, where have you been? And then he gets out the side. He's like, huh?
Didn't I send you that GIF?
Yeah, you did. I think you sent me that the other day. His forearm is a monstrosity. He's like, what does he say? He's like, you can see porn on the internet. What? Really? Like, anyone see Quagmire? He's been gone for like 2 weeks. I can't do.
I need to get a what do you call it?
Hydro Thunder's awesome.
A Stream Deck.
Game.
I have the Dreamcast, the 64, and the Xbox 360 version of that game. I love Hydro Thunder.
Dude, it was so good in the arcades because it was like with the audio and the rumble under the seat and everything. It was just such a fun, cool game. That was before NetherRealm was. That was when NetherRealm was Midway, and NetherRealm's here in Chicago, and Midway.
You know, I applied to them,
on
and
the
they
south
never
side.
responded. I was like, I hate you.
Ninja Turtles.
A lot of places didn't respond to me because they're like, "Oh, you don't live locally." So,
well,
I can move.
Is it John Tobias?
Yeah,
I believe he goes into the store where Ninja Turtles manages, and Ninja Turtles has had conversations with him. He's like, "Dude, your games, man, have just been part of my childhood." And blah 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 blah. He says he's a really cool guy.
And all I've met were professional wrestlers. And Shaq.
You met Shaq?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Shaq with a can of soda in his hand? He was
standing right in front of me in my Best Buy. He was in the computer department. I'm like, wow.
You know how like you get those little like mini cans of soda and like how we hold how they look in our hands? Well, a full can of soda looks like a mini can of soda in Shaq's hand.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the picture of it? It's hilarious.
If I'm not mistaken, he had a soda in his hand. I don't remember if it was a can, but I think it was a bottle, and I was like,
he's a huge man.
He's huge. He's massive, but he's got the heart the size to match.
I know.
He is
what
the
a
nicest
good
guy
person.
in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. He seems a genuine.
We've had so many celebrities come in where I live. I mean, I was in that area where they didn't want to live in Miami because nobody wants to live in Miami. They say they do, or they have a house there, but no one lives there. They lived in the area that I worked in, which I used to live right down the street. I've seen you name it. I don't know how many different celebrities. I've seen wrestlers up the wazoo. Here, living here in Orlando is like the new hub for all of wrestling. And I've met so many, not just when I used to go to the TNA shows, but now because all the AEW guys live here, I've met a number of them, and believe it or not, a lot of those guys are a lot smaller than they look on TV.
Really? Well, they're probably they're back there, dude, just doing push-ups and sit-ups and curling weights to get.
No, I mean short. A lot of them are short.
Oh, they're short. Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of them are like, I don't know how many wrestlers I've met, and I'm like, oh, I'm taller than you. I'm taller than AJ Styles. I've met him in person. Yeah, I'm like, how am I taller than him?
What I meant was some differences in the map of Breath of the Wild. I hope they don't show too much of the story in the trailer. In the past, Nintendo has been known to show too much. They have.
I think what they're going to do, the map is going to be different, but you see where Hyrule Castle is? I think we're going to see the other side of the map that we didn't see. So I'm hoping it's not the same dang map. And they're like, oh no, it's a few years later and the ground shook. I'm like,
what? Did you see something that Nintendo posted of just Link falling from the sky for like a minute into a lake?
That was that video, the last trailer.
That was from the last
trailer? Yeah, that was the one that
I don't remember him. I don't remember him falling that long.
Yeah, at the
though.
very end. Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
You're getting
Oh,
old.
at the
Your
very end,
memory's
I remember
going.
he falls off the top. That would
That's what
piss me
happens,
off.
dude. You're over 40 now.
No, I'm 38, dude. I got time. Easy there, cowboy.
I do the
Easy
same
there,
thing. I'm
cowboy.
turning 40 this year, and then my wife's
How's
like, "Ah, you're 40." No, don't take
how
those last few months away from me.
you know, my gal pal, my close friend, she goes, "Okay, so when you're 40, what's gonna happen?" I go, "Nothing." She goes, "Exactly." Like it's just a number, you know?
You know what? He's right. Shoj, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but Shoj World, the hidden loading the map falling scene.
Hidden loading the map phone.
That could be loading because the top is loaded, and then in order to get to the bottom, you have to fall. And the falling is your loading.
Yeah, that's how game devs are smart, man. That's how they do. That's
It's
how they
like
do a lot of.
whenever you play a video game and you're sliding in between two
Oh
walls,
yeah. It's
that's
like
the
it's
loading thing.
loading everything else that's going on.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order uses that. Final Fantasy 7 Remake uses that. I think it started with Uncharted. It uses that. And I'm like, it's
Well, what about the
ridiculous.
first Resident Evil with the doors going opening? Wasn't that the loading screen to the next area?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. So like the Resident Evil remake, which is phenomenal, um, from back in the day, there's a mod that somebody made for the PC so that you just skip all the door scenes and you can just fly through the game.
Okay, that's pretty
Right.
cool.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Have you played the new Resident Evil 4 remake?
I want to, but due to my situation, I can't be spending money right now on.
I bought
on
it
that
and I
stuff.
shouldn't have. So I've bought a lot of games lately, which I shouldn't have. I
I
spent
have
way
so
too
many.
much money. I spent way too much money at MegaCon. So I'm
But you got some really cool
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I did. I got He-Man Sword of Grayskull, full size. The only thing is, I wish it was sharp, but it's a display sword and not a actual combat sword. So,
Dude, you can get that thing. You can get that thing sharp, dude.
I could, but
It's
I
gonna
would
be so dangerous, bro. It's gonna be
not
so
just
dangerous.
that. The blade's flat, so it's not.
It
It would
looks
break.
really, really good. It looks really, really good.
I could actually take and have an actual blade put in there. The way it's designed, I could have a real blade put in there if I wanted to.
I have the power. When I was a kid, I would watch the old school cartoon in my underwear, and I had a plastic one. And every time
I had the plastic one with the
the
black handle with the yellow blade that would light up.
yes.
Yep.
You have oh dude,
Yep.
yes. Oh, I wonder if I bet you I still have it. Because my mom saved all my
That
toys.
I don't. My mom got rid of a lot of my stuff. Got rid of my entire Eternia one day. I was being bad, so she's like, "All right." I'm like, she didn't pay for it. My grandfather bought me the majority of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big reason that she didn't care. But yeah, now that it's thousands and thousands of dollars.
Get out, it's worth thousands.
Oh yeah, a complete
Okay.
Eternia is around 2,000, and if you have it in the box, maybe more. Hey, Kevin Gaming Channel, how you doing? See you coming in a little late. Oh wow, we're already at almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, dude, that went by real quick.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna call it in about 6 minutes because I'm gonna go to the gym tonight. I need to work out. I'm getting the flab back because I lost 7 pounds after my surgery.
I was gonna say you probably
I've only gained back 3. I've only gained back 3. So, but the thing is, I've also, because of that, I stopped drinking soda, and now I've just completely cut out soda altogether.
Yeah, dude, I can't even finish a can of soda. It's too much sugar for me.
Now I normally drink diet soda, but now I don't like it. I've gotten to the point where I only drink G Fuel in the mornings. That's kind of what I do. But the powder stuff, I even bought a can of G Fuel, and yeah, the fizzy energy drink, I can't drink that anymore. I just can't drink any energy drinks. I can't drink soda. So I'm just like
I do water and coffee. I drink coffee midday.
Fizzy water. I drink fizzy water. Carbonated flavored water. That's what I drink. Because another thing is it caused me to cut out coffee too, because I couldn't have anything hot for 2 weeks because of my gums. So now it's just at the point where it's just after 2 weeks, it's become habit. I just, all right, and I only drink G Fuel. So I got 2 of the tubs because they were buy one get one free, and I alternate. So I have each one is about half. So I'm waiting till next month whenever their new deals come in, and I'm going to buy two more. So, but I hear they sell them at GNC, so I'm going to take a look. I have a GNC near me, so.
All right, I'm on eBay looking at the vintage 1989 He-Man. Maybe we're talking about two different swords. This guy's trying to sell one for $87.
Yeah, I got mine for 60. Oh no, that plastic one?
Yeah, the plastic one.
Do you remember the costume that went with it, where it had the battle armor and the fake muscles?
I had the battle. I had that too.
I have a photo. I think I still have the photo of it. If not, my mom has it somewhere.
I gotta find that stuff, dude. Oh my gosh.
I have a lot of my He-Man stuff in the garage, my original He-Man stuff, but it looks like it's 40 years old. It really does. Most of it's around 35 to 37 because I started getting He-Man when I was like 3. It was some of my first toys, my first actual action figures. So, and when you're that age, who gives a crap about the little weapons and everything?
Yeah.
If you swallow it, that's your own problem.
I lost all those.
Yeah,
I have. What He-Man figure do I have? I have a handful of them. I have the one where you squeeze hit his armor and it flips and it damages his chest armor.
That's battle armor.
Yeah,
battle armor He-Man.
Yeah.
I have that one, and the one that you would put those. Remember those little red caps that you would put in guns and stuff like that, and then they would pop. There was a He-Man that had that in the back of his pack, and you twist him and it would pop and it would light up his chest. But the plastic broke, and then that little actuator, whatever you want to call it, broke out the back, and I lost that. But yeah.
You know what I found over at a Goodwill?
Oh, Liquid Death. Liquid Death is really good. I know. I'm having a conversation with you, and still looking at the chat because I don't want to.
Liquid Death is just water, and they just call it Liquid Death. It's just water in a can, right?
Right, but it's from Norway or something like that. It's designed so it looks like an alcoholic beverage in a can, but it's water. Yeah. The whole thing is so if you're at a bar or if you're at a party, you don't look out of place holding a bottle of water while everybody else is holding booze.
Clever.
So that's what it's designed for. But it actually tastes really good. It's the only plain, no flavor carbonated water that I'll drink because I don't like soda water. I don't like club soda. I don't like that. It has a weird aftertaste. That one doesn't. So yeah, at my house, that's one of the few waters that we usually keep in stock. Right now, we don't. We have American Clear, which is the Walmart brand, but we usually have that. Or my wife likes, I call it LaCroix.
Croy. There's something in there that gives me heart palpitations. I'm allergic.
So not good.
Yeah,
not good.
There's I think, I can't do tonic water because the quinine. I have a reaction. I have an allergic reaction to it, so I stay away from that.
Oh yeah, not good. Not good. No good. It's funny. One of my he's now a friend of mine, but he used to be a boss of mine. Whenever something would happen, because we worked at Best Buy, something bad would happen. Something he goes, no good. I was like, and it's funny. So if you ever hear me say that, that's
good. Now I know. No good.
Good. And I've said it.
I'm gonna start doing that too.
So, and it's funny because John here in the chat, he used to work with me at Best Buy. So he knows the boss. He knows him, but he moved to a different store. So, but with that being said, it's 10:29. Thank everybody in this chat for being here. Everyone who stuck with us for the long haul. Everybody in here. Thank you guys. This is actually for an impromptu one. To be honest, I thought we were going to be talking to ourselves the whole time. I didn't think anybody would show up. Oh, thanks.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I appreciate that.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah. See, that's one thing I'll never ask. I will never ask for a super chat, but I will be eternally grateful. So thank you, Graham. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure you're subscribing now. That's why. And after the RGT stream, thank you guys so much. Thank everybody. Thanks everybody. Thank everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. For being a part of this. We're probably going to do one of these next week if Nick wants to. What do you call it? Gabe was supposed to be here. Punisher 305. he didn't know if he was. He had some things to do, but this is not an official ready to start podcast. So I've got stuff to do tomorrow. So that's why we're not having one. But next week, Jay, Drunk 3PO is going to be here. And then hopefully we can secure what's the name of the gentleman? You want to tell them who you're trying to get, see if anybody knows him?
Oh, he's one of my favorite streamers. He goes by Jack Zilla. He's awesome.
Let me know.
He's a power lifter, and he's like awesome. He's a very good Call of Duty. He plays a lot of Call of Duty and Tarkov. He's hilarious. He's cool. He's just a cool guy.
And so, what we're trying to do with our guests is gaming and gaming adjacent people, like Drunk 3PO, but he's Geeks and Gamers. He's just an awesome guy. I've met him in person, got to meet him at MegaCon. We've been talking and stuff like that. He's a really cool guy. He actually said, "Hey, let's hang out sometime. Let's go to the theme parks." I'm like, down.
That's cool, man.
So, but thank you guys so much for being a part of this random Wednesday night stream. And thank you, Nick, for being here. Thank you for saying yes on such a short notice.
Of course, I have nothing else to do.
Thanks again, everybody. Graham, Remy, John, Shoj World. Who else did we have in here? Kevin. I'm looking. I know there was more people that came in and left. Cody, he's gone, but okay. So if I didn't mention your name, still thank you guys for being here. And we're gonna call it a night. And like we always say, like how I end all my videos, be legendary. Thanks again.